analytics, even within the notification tool. The next question you're probably asking is how DevOpsian are we? Like, what is our
Absolutely.
workflow? Yeah, like what is our workflow when it comes to iterating on our product? What is the role of the development organization? What is the role of the ops organization? Is there a DevOps team overseeing it? Like, who's pushing new releases? What's your CI/CD process? What kinds of recipes or plans are you using from like Puppet or Chef or Salt or something like that? So really, like, how much of a DevOps perspective do you have? Like, do you have an SRE team who oversees the reliability of the site on behalf of the user? What are you thinking about? And the more you're kind of focused on this collaboration and confrontation and kind of team approach across different silos of the IT or engineering organization, the more you're going to be thinking about like a VictorOps sort of tool. If you think of VictorOps' recent acquisition by Splunk, it's a clear move to think more about DevOps and be upstream of incidents. Like the closer you are to the action, which is like the code being pushed to live, like the changes being made in the infrastructure, the availability of the product in real time as it's being used by the user. The software engineering team actually switching from dev to staging to testing to canary to production. That all kind of informs like how much communication you're taking on and by whom. So that's like really the other half of the equation, and that's really a call for VictorOps.
Okay, that's very helpful to understand. So I want to come back to talk a little bit more about the selection factors and the criteria, but while you were bringing up the DevOps and specifically Splunk's acquisition as well, when you're thinking about the direction that the market is moving, how important do you think it is going to be for more vendors to be able to incorporate things like DevOps or AIOps, machine learning into their functionality?
It really depends on the size of the user base and the size of the organization. So kind of the world is split into two groups that have kind of a DevOps view of the world. It tends to be either one very, very like digitally native organizations that have a lot of traction and uptake. So we're talking about like the Ubers of the world, the Airbnbs of the world, even early on, because they just have like high volume of usership, high demand, high market insight. They're going to be changing their product often. They're going to be addressing problems often. They just have a lot of different environments they have to worry about because so many people are using their tools for so many things.
Right. Okay.
The other side of the world is just like massive digital transformation that a lot of organizations are making. So I'm thinking of like a Ford Motor Car or like Procter & Gamble that are bringing in like just managing massive operations and production through like a less human interface and applying more code and software architecture to those kinds of problems. Where you're looking at the kind of more horizontal integration across different parts of the operations flow, including how the user or like the middle channel of like retail is handling things. So like that calls for a lot of orchestration across many, many different kinds of minds and different types of tools. So DevOps takes a pretty significant role there. If you're simply just using DevOpsian tools, that's not DevOps to me. So just because you've switched to or kind of built with a container architecture insight, like that doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to need a lot of like true DevOps approach to your motion, your production motion. That's just tooling.
Yep. Okay. That's helpful to understand. All right. Thanks for that. So you were touching on a lot of, the key priorities. Would you say that there are any other pressing pain points